when people doesn't have eyewitnesses, I can always easily get. The thing is that I don't have the time. I'm always very busy. But if you start, don't don't have your eye on very on prominent people because you are starting new. Have your eye on people who will easily anybody who can discuss that with you is fine. But then gradually, as you build up your reputation, then people will now agree to speak with you. If I want to have this discussion now, I have loads of people who will be happy to have that discussion. Activists, eyewitnesses, politicians. Then I don't have the time. That's the problem. I don't have the time to do that. Anyway, you are live now on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Hello there, welcome back to Elumba Television. My name is Angel Lady, and like I told you, Elumba Television is all here for you to get all of this information that you'd always wish to have. And also, you can get this information on Elumba site at www.elumba.com. You can also get more of our information on Instagram. If you like our Facebook page, you'll be glad you did. You can also hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and every other post, you get a notification. All right, let's quickly dive into the news making rounds today on the media. What's the media saying about happenings in Nigeria today? Let's have a look. Here we see rights groups 261 others sue NBC, seek reversal of fines on media. Breaking, our camera stopped recording. That's another story. We didn't capture the shootings at Lekki. You'll be thinking, who's saying this? Well, you can read it up still on Elumba site right here. Okay, so we have yet another story. This one is breaking, our camera stopped recording, didn't capture shooting. LCC tells judicial panel. We also have help is on the way. Nyawodo tells Oyibo residents in River State. And we have hashtag EndSARS. LCC submits footage of Lekki shootings to judicial panel. And we won't exchange words with PDP on national security, APC. These are the stories making news today, and you can read them up at Elumba TV. All right, let's go further. We see another one here highlighted. We see immigration stops hashtag EndSARS promoter from leaving Nigeria. We'll also read the news in detail so you'd get all the information therein. Still on Elumba Television news, we see have another one. IGP appoints new heads for 2 police departments. You want to know what that is about? And now in the politics section, you see constituents begin process to recall lawmaker for branding. Would get the detail of that for branding Nigerian youth. As what? Well, as drug addicts. That's the news. Constituents begin process to recall lawmaker for branding Nigerian youth drug addicts. Okay, you can read it up as well on Elumba site. It's there on our site at www.elumba.com. Okay, still on the politics section of our site, you see another one here breaking. APC national chairman visits Orji Carlos home. Okay, arrest Dele Momodu, that's from yesterday. Arrested Dele Momodu over Nnamdi Kanu interview, Yerima. Okay, now let's go into details of the stories. First here we have the people of Amuodofi constituency, one of Lagos State, has started a legal process to recall Honorable Mojishola Ali Macaulay, the lawmaker represented the constituency in Lagos House of Assembly. The constituency under the umbrella of Amuodofi Stakeholders Consultative Forum, AOSCF, released a statement in which they accused Mojishola Ali Macaulay of uttering comments against the use and misrepresentation of the constituency. Recall that Mojisola Ali Macaulay had recently come under heavy criticism for saying that Nigerian youth are always on hard drugs, which is why they are vocal on social media. Well, that's it. You can read it up on the site as well. So let's head over to the next. Rights Group 261 others sue NBC, seek reversal of fines on media houses. Let's take a glance at the details. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, along with 261 groups and individuals, has sued the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) and Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, over the 9 million naira fine slammed on free television stations in the country. The plaintiffs also seek an order setting aside the 5 million naira fine and any other sanction imposed by the NBC on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM Lagos for carrying out its professional and constitutional duties. In the suit filed on Friday at the Federal High Court Abuja, the plaintiffs are asking the courts to declare the fines imposed on channels AIT and Arise TV over their coverage of the hashtag #EndSARS protest illegal and to stop the NBC from collecting the money. The co-plaintiffs in the suit are Premium Times Services Limited, Center for Journalism Innovation and Development, HEDA, Resource Center, International Center for Investigative Reporting, African Center for Media and Information Literacy, Media Rights Agenda, and other 255 Nigerians. The acting director general of the NBC, Professor Armstrong Idachaba, who is joined in the suit as a defendant, had last week slammed fines of 3 million naira each on channels AIT and Arise for unprofessional coverage of the protests across the country. All right, that's some of the details of the NBC suit. Okay, the right group 261 order suit sue NBC seek reversal of fines in media houses. That's it. So we move forward to another one. Our camera stopped recording, didn't capture shooting. LCC tells judicial panel. Let's see, let's take a glance. Lekki Concession Company, operators of the Lekki toll gate on Tuesday told the judicial panel that the closed-circuit television camera CCTV didn't capture shootings by the Nigerian Army. Managing Director of LCC, Abayomi Omomua, who appeared alongside the counsel for the company, Rotimi Seriki, submitted the video footage on Tuesday to the judicial panel of inquiry set up by the Lagos state government to probe the Lekki shootings as well as complaints of human rights abuses against members of the disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Omomua, when submitting the exhibit, said, "I can confirm that inside here is the video footage that our surveillance camera was able to record for the 20th of October." Okay, that's it on the LCCT and the camera, what they covered. And hashtag #EndSARS, LCCT submits footage of shootings to judicial panel. Let's see what's said here. Lekki Concession Company, operators of Lekki Toll Gate, submitted footage recorded by its surveillance camera on the night of October 20th to the judicial panel of inquiry set up by Lagos state government. Recalled that soldiers allegedly opened fire on hashtag #EndSARS protesters at the Lekki Toll Gate, killing an unspecified number of people. The managing director, LCCT, Abayomi Omomua, submitted the video footage on Tuesday. The panel is probing the Lekki shootings as well as complaints of human rights abuses against members of the disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. While tendering the footage to the panel, Omomua said, "I can confirm that inside here is the footage that our surveillance camera covered." Alright, that's it. Let's go some more. And here we have hashtag #EndSARS. Newspaper alleged FG compiling no-fly list on protesters, FG denies. What's the story? A news media outlet, People's Gazette, has alleged that authorities in the Nigerian government is compiling a no-fly list on persons visibly involved in the hashtag #EndSARS protest. The newspaper made the allegation in a report published on Tuesday, November 3rd, titled "Exclusive. Federal Government Begins Compilation of hashtag #EndSARS Protesters on No-Fly List." According to the report, the Interior Ministry has started singling out key members of the historic hashtag #EndSARS movement for profiling. The Gazette cited 3 officials with distinct but corroborative knowledge of the government's plan as its sources, which gave it exclusive knowledge of the plot. The report stated in part, Nigerian authorities have started collating a no-fly list of hundreds of Nigerians they suspected of energizing the hashtag #EndSARS movement that loomed across the country last month. Officials told People's Gazette on Monday in a move that could drive a wedge of mutual suspicion in ongoing negotiations between the government and the protesters. Three officials with distinct but corroborative knowledge of the government's plan told the Gazette in separate interviews on Monday that the federal interior minister was responsible for the controversial list. Officials did not immediately accuse the protesters of any crime, but the ministry started collating the list nearly 2 weeks ago, an official said, and the Gazette only became aware of its existence on Monday morning. Two sources at the State Security Service told the Gazette that the Interior Ministry, under Ralph Areboshala, requested from the secret police whether or not it had a profile of key supporters of the protests. The Immigration Office is domiciled under the Interior Ministry, and a senior official said the ministry planned to forward names of hundreds of Nigerians who should be targeted for overseas journey. We told the ministry that we have not started compiling a list of the protesters because we did not get a presidential directive to do so as of that time, the official said, but the ministry went on its own to start collating the list for enforcement. Another SSS official attached to civil aviation told the Gazette that the list was yet to be formally circulated, but 6 people suspected of participating in the hashtag #EndSARS were already prevented from traveling last week. I know 6 people have been prevented from traveling to Europe and Dubai because of the troubles they put the government through with their campaign against security workers, the official said. The immigration people are already doing their own work, but we have not received any list from the headquarters. It was unclear whether or not the vice president was aware of the controversial list being compiled by the Interior Office. A spokesman for the president did not immediately return a request for comments Tuesday morning. Elumba News reported on Tuesday that the Nigerian Immigration Service on Monday stopped one of the promoters of the hashtag #EndSARS campaign, Modukbe Odele, from traveling out of the country. That sits on the list of no-fly, as concerns the hashtag #EndSARS protesters. Okay, so we go forward to yet another story. IGP appoints new heads for 2 police departments. You want to know what those departments are? Let's take a glance. The Inspector General of Police, IGP M.A. Adamu, has approved the posting of Deputy Inspector General of Police, DIG, Sanusi N. Lemu, MNI, and Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG, Usman Alkali Baba, FDC, as DIG in charge of the Department of Operations and AG, DIG in charge of Finance and Administration, respectively. The promotion/posting of the senior officers is sequel to the recent vacuum occasioned by the retirement of their former heads, DIG Abdul Majid Ali and DIG Abdul Dawawu after the completion of their statutory years of service. The new Deputy Inspector General of Police Operations, DIG Sanusi Enlemu, and consummate police officer holds a BA education in political science and has attended several professional courses, including intermediate command course, senior command course, peacekeeping training course. He is a distinguished member of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPSS, Kuru Jos. The Nigerian State-born corps has held many command positions, including the Commissioner of Police, Kaduna, and Bauchi Police Commands. Okay, so that's it. And here you can see the picture of AIG Alkali Baba Usman as the acting Deputy Inspector General of Police. And also here we have AIG M. Dandaura, Assistant Inspector General of Police for Secretary. Okay, and these are the stories. Okay, so let's go some more and see. In recent times, we do understand there's been shooting ongoing in Port Harcourt, killing of people, and Port Harcourt people have come out to cry out, saying, we are dying, we're being killed, and they don't know what's happening. But what is the government saying about the ongoing killings in Port Harcourt, that is in Obigbo in Rivers State? We'll find out together what the governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, is saying. Quickly, let's take a look. Here we see River State Governor Nyesom Wike has described the allegation that he ordered the Nigerian army to kill Igbos in Oyibo local government area as a politically motivated falsehood. He maintained that curfew was imposed in Oyibo to restore calm after members of proscribed indigenous peoples organization of Biafra, IPOB, killed 6 soldiers, 4 policemen, and destroyed all police stations and court buildings there. Governor Wike gave the explanation on a live television program in Port Harcourt on Monday. He said that the narrative that Igbos were being killed by the military is intended to shift attention from the despicable activities of IPOB in Oyibo, which is a boundary area adjoining Abia State. I know that this is not the first time IPOB has used Oyibo as launching ground. The security agencies are aware. IPOB added a new dimension this time. They killed 6 army officers and burnt 1. They killed 4 police officers. They destroyed all the police stations and court buildings. What offense did we commit as a state? I imposed curfew to restore calm. I prescribed IPOB activities anywhere in the states. Don't forget that the federal government had declared them a terrorist group. It is not the entire Igbos that believe in IPOB activities. So, it is not true that I ordered the military to kill Igbos in Obigbo. When did I become a friend to the military? So what about the Igbos living elsewhere in the states? Are they also being killed? He further said, I have no relationship with the army or the police. I do not command them. They change commissioner of police every time. How will I begin to direct the army that I do not give instructions? The governor bemoaned IPOB's effrontery to rename a local government in the state and hoist its flag in a public school in Comcom town. I will not fold my hands and watch criminals destroy my state. If those few criminals are Igbos, then they should know that I will not allow them. They made attempt to rename a local government in my state. That alone is a signal I will not agree to that. I know who is doing all this, who has told them to rise, protest against Wike. The governor stated that the state government has no regret against its stance on IPOB, already designated as a terrorist organization by the federal government. According to him, even the Southeast governors have never supported IPOB and wondered why a governor from the Niger Delta should tolerate the group. He revealed that security agencies during the search of some residents in Oyibo saw shrines with IPOB flags and Nnamdi Kano's picture. He maintained that if IPOB is allowed to operate from Oyibo, they will soon overrun the state. The governor said the government has commenced moves to replace all the properties destroyed by the group during the protests, regretting that the damage have left huge financial burden on the state. In addition, he said the state had decided to compensate each family of the killed security personnel with 20 million naira to cater for the welfare of the bereaved widows and their children. He further said that the NSAS protest and its aftermath would have been averted if the federal government had not dismissed the alarm he earlier raised on the activities of SARS to mere politics. These losses are of the aftermath of the protests are unfortunate. Recall that we started a cry against operations of SARS. We asked for reform, but they politicize it, the issue, because they use it to kill and intimidate us. Here, the minister always used SARS to cause mayhem under the leadership of Akin Fakorede. We suffered a great deal. At the time, the entire National Assembly election was cancelled, but we put faith in God who owns the state. We triumphed eventually. Those are the words of the governor of River State concerning the killings going on in Oyibo, a local government area in River State. Okay, now let's go forward and see if what the governor is saying is what the citizens or the masses are saying there in Obigbo. Let's quickly hear this live interview from one of those in Oyibo, River State.
Hospital, the ambulance, even a dead body carrying an ambulance, the military has to set it on fire. The particular house, the military, they got burnt. You know, Igbo here, saved 3 soldiers. The boy, they macheted his head, they burnt the house, the whole, with people inside that house. The whole place is deserted. What I'm telling you now, it's just that this evening is just calm. because you hear the gun sound. There's children here. There's children about 1 year, 2 years running helter skelter. Some have to use the dustbin, the heap of dustbin to cover themselves, to hide. The military killing in order of the governor. There's no road here. There's no governor present here. He doesn't care. Here in Oyibo, no governor of River State have remembered any Oyibo people. We are always on our own, defending ourselves. We pay our tax heavily with brutality. The police is there, the governor is there, doing all sorts of things. The place is a very dirty place. It's just like a suburb, just because it shares a boundary with the Abia State, and all the majority people here are evil. So I could not see why the governor will say he wants the IPOP. He knows where they stay to hold their meeting. At least he should have waited on the day of their meeting, go there and pick them out. Why killing people, innocent children in their home? I can't go out to get you some pictures. I would have gone out to snap some. You will see the blood. The cops, the soldiers, they carry the cops away. People are missing. They take young boys, they tie their hands, tie their legs, tie their eyes, shoot. If you just refuse to go with them, they will just shoot you instantly. I mean, I have not seen why blood, why blood of the youth, why blood of the innocent, why the blood of the Igbos are so precious to this governor Wike and to our president. Because the killing in this country is too much. If you are in my shoes, my mom here is dying of BP. We can't have drugs. She's she she's asthmatic. We can't have steroids to even Ventolin for her to use. There's nowhere you can go to and get help. There is nothing. On Tuesday now is going to make it 2 weeks. 2 weeks locked down 24 hours. Coffee, if you had the governor's broadcast, you had the magnitude, the force he used to reinforce this lockdown. There's no water. There's no government water that people can go outside their house to take. We have our boreholes. We have to pump water. There is no water. For 4 days now, I have not showered. I'm telling you, for 4 days, I have not showered. This light you're seeing is just a rechargeable lamp. A friend came from Port Harcourt with some military personnel to even give us food. We ate raw beans, fried beans, like granules, as if we are in war. We are in war in our own country. The country we call our own. The country we pay taxes to. There's nothing, nothing here. I wish I can just go out to get you what is really happening.
Well, there is a video from someone who is in Oyibo and who is also experiencing and witnessing what's going on in Oyibo for the past 2 weeks. And the governor has come to say he didn't order the shooting. Well, the question is, who did? Well, you and I, you were still wondering how did it happen that the military is in Oyibo shooting and killing, just like the residents are complaining in social media and a lot of other places. But the governor of the state is saying, no, I didn't order the shoots. I don't know what they're talking about. And from the governor's comment, you can tell that he said it's politicized and it's some form of politics. Are you in for it? Is it politics? Or there are some undertone, there are some underforces that we do not know about. Well, as the story unfolds, Alumba TV will bring you updates. And this is where we draw the curtains for today. My name is Angel Lady. I'm saying thank you so much for viewing. But before we go, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you would get all of our details, all of our stories as they come, and also like our Facebook page. We have also our page on Instagram. Follow our page. All of those places you'd get information, you'd get news from Elumba TV. And also you can go to the site at www.elumba.tv news for all of the breaking news, all of the updates, trending, all of that you can see on Elumba sites. Once again, www.elumba.com. That is the site. Do subscribe when you get there. Thank you so much until we come your way again. Have yourself a great evening.